All right, so I woke up this morning and YouTube recommended a video for me, and I didn't really look at or listen to the content. I just looked at the title and I looked at the thumbnail, and I thought this is what you guys do every single day when you find me on YouTube. You look at the title, you look at the little picture, and decide whether or not you're going to click on it. Well, I didn't click on the video per se to watch it. I clicked on the video to harvest the transcript. Once I took the transcript off, I stuck it into Chat GPT. I asked to analyze it, and the content perfectly matched my own. So then I had it turn it into a script. And so it made a really nice script. I didn't read it, but it looked good. I could tell that it had a lot of the words that I like to use in my own videos. And then I asked ChatGPT to turn that script into talking points. And normally I would slice up my talking points because I'm going to do a 20-minute video. But you guys know morning videos are 10-minute videos because I have to get ready to leave for work in less than an hour. So it came up with these two talking points: the family illusion and profit over people. You guys know I'm a big fan of profit over people. So, with that said, let me actually read the entire book out to you and then I will comment based on that. And I haven't read these before. Remember, this is the first time. Many companies promote a family atmosphere to foster loyalty and commitment among workers. But this is often a strategic move to encourage employees to work harder, accept lower pay, or make personal sacrifices. The reality is that corporate loyalty is rarely reciprocated, and when profits are at risk, employees are seen as expendable. Employees are seen as expendable. So, this reminded me of my early training days at Walmart, where they asked you to work like you were the owner of the store. That's exactly what this method is. They want you to take a phony responsibility over the area that you're working in and act as if it matters to you. Like, if the customer service that you're giving to is at your own business and that you would directly profit from doing better customer service wise. At my current job, they do this exact same thing to me. On paper, I have practically no responsibilities, but when it comes to the reality of my job, I manage $10 million worth of equipment easily. I move around anywhere from five to $10,000 worth of product on a monthly basis that I then have to go pay for every single month. I have big responsibilities. And what did I hear in my most recent put down of a interaction with my boss is that, well, you act like the person who's responsible. Act your wage is what I was told. And I just looked at him like, you're not paying me enough to act my wage. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to start acting my actual wage, and then we're going to see how that's going to work out because obviously these corporations all have the same attitude: maximum amount of effort for minimal amount of money. So again, you pretend to pay me, I pretend to work. And then they'll say things like this to you. It's like, "Oh, you're one of the family," or call you a teammate or business partner or associate. Anything but low level grunt. They want you to feel responsible in a way in which they can't pay you. So they're going to, I guess, dupe you into believing that you have some responsibility at your work when the reality is we're all in it for number one. When you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror, you're not looking at Evil Corp, you're looking at yourself. And everyone in America is their own business. Every morning, I'm my own business. And I go out and I sell my labor for the maximum amount of money that I can get. And everyone else that doesn't like that can, can shove it because that's what it is. When you don't own the corporation, you don't care about the corporation. And that's something that corporate America has had to come to terms with. And that's why everyone is seen in such a disposable light. If you don't care, then they don't care. And then you run into a vicious cycle of why can't we retain any good workers? Why won't anyone good apply here? I hear that all the time at every job I've ever had that has high turnover, which is every single job I've ever had in my entire life has a very high turnover because of a lack of financial support for their employees. Yesterday, I was filling out my open enrollment for health insurance at work, and at the bottom it said something about employee assistance program for people that are down on their luck. And I thought, you know what, the employee assistance program needs to become an extra $500 every single month to help people cover rent. That's what the employee assistance program needs to be. The employee assistance program needs to be a version of corporate universal basic income. But guess what? They won't do that because any person that's making it, if you're making more money than you need, you're not going to come back to work. All right, second talking point. Despite claiming to value their employees, corporations prioritize profits over people. Layoffs, benefit cuts, hiring freezes happen not because companies can't afford to keep people employed, but to satisfy shareholders or maintain profit margins. The loyalty they ask for is rarely shown in return, especially during financial downturns. If you guys saw this yesterday in the news, the Chipotle shareholders are actually suing because their profits are going down because of their minimal portions. The Chipotle portion size have gone down so much that people are stop going to Chipotle because you're not going to go and get gouged for $20 for half a portion. And that's what every single restaurant is doing. You're getting unfair portions of food. You're getting much lower quality of food. You're getting crappier service because the employees aren't happy. Everything about America is in severe decline, right down to the overall quality of life that you live. And as I've seen it, and I was talking to someone yesterday, is that at my Evil Corp, the new management is slicing and slicing and slicing away all of the underperforming people because that's the way that you treat your family. The illusion of family. Like, you know what happens to a person, especially when they're older, when they lose their job. If you're going to slice off a person from your family that's older than 50, that's been working for you for more than 10 years, you know what's going to happen to them. Nothing good financially is going to happen to that person. That person hasn't had a chance to upskill themselves. They've been doing the same job for a long time. And if it were true that they were truly underperforming, why wouldn't you have gotten rid of them right away? A person who comes into a corporation usually knows what's up. You know how much work you have to do in order to keep your job. And that's what most people do. We do enough work to keep our jobs. Beyond that, most people have realized, at least it took me a long time. It took me a really, really bad time with the management at Evil Corp to come to the conclusion that I don't have to work as hard as I do for them. Because the stress is unnecessary on me. The financial payoff for working harder for no additional pay, for just basically hurting myself emotionally and spiritually, coming home completely drained from Evil Corp, my soul being crushed on a daily basis. And this was all in order to keep my productivity at 40 to 60% higher than a normal person would have to work in a job like this. And why do they do that? Because that extra 40 to 60% of work performance that you do ensures that Evil Corp doesn't have to hire more people. So when they restructure the company, what they're doing is they're trying to make it more productive with less people. Putting profit over people is what you're doing is you're burning them out. You're superheating them. And I had to come to that conclusion in the past few weeks as I've gotten in trouble with the upper level people, and the senior manager had to get fired. You know, he had to be removed from his position because When they look at your spot in Evil Corp, your direct management is the person that's supposed to be attaching that car battery to your you know what in order to increase productivity. So if they look above you and they realize that, oh my gosh, we're only getting this much productivity, they don't look at the workers, they look at management. And when management seems to be incompetent, they cut the management and either cut the worker or cut management and see if the cutting management will increase profitability. This is something that they say all the time. People don't quit jobs, they quit managers. And the reason for that is because managers can make your life a living hell. And I think to an extent they enjoy it. There's sadistic prison guards of the evil corp system. And the whole evil corp design by itself can easily be seen as a machine that destroys people. Because in order to maintain profit margins extremely high, record profits every year, you have to get record performance. And if you're not getting record performance every single year, you need to make changes. And people don't like that because now you're stressed out of your mind in a job that is never going to care that you can't afford to buy eggs and milk.